Well, hello there. Thank you for joining me this week. Welcome back. I am excited to be here today talking about where your time is really going. So, I want to share a story from the weekend where I was at swimming with my daughter and son. So I went swimming and they were swimming and I was sat watching in the spectators area. And I I purposefully left my phone in my bag because I watched a program at the weekend called Social Dilemma. I don't know if you've seen it, it's on Netflix. And it was really interesting about how we have a society addicted to scrolling and addicted to being on their phones. And I know from my own personal experience that I am addicted. I will hold my hands up and share that. And I watched this program and I thought, yeah, I am addicted. I am addicted. I turned my phone off the other day and I literally sat in an hour, and I'm not sure how many times I went like this, just pressing the phone and nothing happening because it's turned off. And I'm addicted. And it scared me. I was like, I am actually addicted to just going like this on my phone. And I've been noticing this in myself for a long time. When I had the app on my phone, I would notice that every time I went somewhere, if I had a moment where I had to just sit, I scroll. It was almost like I actually convinced myself as well that I have so much to do in my life. I've got kids and I'm trying to juggle jobs and all the things that I have to grab every single moment possible to be online and be working and doing something. That's what I started to tell myself. And a long time ago, I felt this obsession getting out of control. And so I took the app off my phone, which was the first step. And I remember doing it, and I obviously run Facebook communities. And it was a challenge for me to take that decision because I thought, I run communities. How can I not have the app on my phone? And I remember taking it off, and lots of people saying, but you have groups. How are you going to? And I just thought, I don't know, but I'll find a way. And what happened then when I took the app off my phone was that I started to tune in on set times, which is how I manage it now. So I've noticed this in myself for a long time, but I recognized after watching this program at the weekend that I am still addicted. I am addicted to my phone. And it's such a weird realization and horrible thing to feel that I have this. Da, 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 da. So I went to take my children swimming at the weekend. And I thought, right, I'm going to leave the phone in the bag. I'm going to leave the phone in the bag. And I was going to sit on my hands. And I enjoyed watching them swimming. And it was really interesting because when I looked around, there must have been, I would say, 30 people in the spectators area, all socially distanced, of course. And I counted, and only 2 of us weren't sat on our phones out of 30 people sat with their kids swimming. And I was sat there like, oh my gosh, what is the world coming to? And I just couldn't believe it. And it just got me really thinking in that moment that we all need to be mindful. I'm sharing this because this is coming from me, but I can guarantee there's probably people tuning in today who maybe feel the same as me, that, oh my gosh, I have an addiction. Try turning your phone off. And do you keep trying to touch it like me? And it's a sad reality, isn't it, that and it's not our fault. They've programmed these things to make us addicted. It was intentional. They have used psychology and triggers to make us addicted. So it's not our fault. But it's got me really thinking anyway about being mindful of this. And this is what I'm going to continue to do from here on. And I want to share with you what my plan is and what I'm going to do going forward in case it inspires you and helps you in some way. So one of the first things that's really been helpful to me is being really consciously aware of where my time is going. It was a tip that I was given from a lovely lady called Sky Barber. She runs a community about leadership and taking control of your time. And the first task we were given was track your time. And it's such a nightmare to do. I really don't enjoy doing it. But you sometimes convince yourself that you haven't got enough time to do things. I do it. When you actually look where your time is being spent, when you look at that precious 24 hours that we all have, where it actually goes and how much time is spent scrolling, how much time is spent doing the things that aren't important, that we just habitually do, we don't even realize it. It is a big eye-opener, and quite often we can carve back a lot of time. I have, by changing my habits when I've noticed that I've been wasting time. And I've changed my habits now, and I have set times where I log on to things, and it's made a massive difference and brought me back so much time. So that's one tip I share with you. It is hard work to do. It's annoying to remember to do it, especially if you've got ADHD. But it's been really insightful, and I suggest doing that for the rest of the week. I'm going to be doing that for the rest of the week. There's an app which is free called Toggl, and you can use that as a digital way of recording your time, or you can carry a notebook around with you and keep track of time. Check in, set an alarm every hour. Where did I spend my time? What am I doing? All the time that you're just sat daydreaming and things like that as well, all mount up, which, by the way, isn't a bad thing. But I'm just saying that we overlook sometimes where the time is going. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is, if you are finding that you are habitually going to the phone, it's about carrying a sketchbook around with you or carrying a book. It's having that alternative. And I share this openly, but sometimes when I first stopped looking at my phone, it's almost like an anxiety thing. Like, how do I just sit without my phone? Because you're so used to it being there. It's like a comfort. So it's having something to replace it with as well. If there's no activity going on, like your kids swimming, it was easy for me because I just sat and watched them the whole time. It was lovely. But, having a book or a sketchbook, I just think having a sketchbook with you as a creative is great. If you could start using that as a replacement to your phone in between those moments, by capturing your thoughts, just sat in the swimming, sketching what you can see, or the mindfulness workshops that we've done before where you doodle, the Zentangle, the amazing workshop we did with Dorota recently, just sitting and doing that in between times where you feel that anxious feeling about the phone. Because this is, again, just my perspective, but what we are consuming as well is really affecting our mental health. So I limit what I am consuming on social media because we are living in a generation right now that is overwhelmed. I'm seeing it, a massive, massive influx of people are feeling hugely overwhelmed and not able to cope with information. It's massive. And there's a huge influx of people as well, especially children and teens, who are really, really, really affected by social media and depressed because of the constant messages, the noise, the need for recognition, and this addiction that we have for people to be commenting and liking. And it's quite unhealthy. And so I have a limit now on social media where I follow and consume content from 3 people at a time. And I avoid scrolling news feeds, scrolling news and all of that. I don't do that. I just literally don't do it, because I slipped last week and went to do that and scroll on a news feed. And within 3 minutes, I felt physically ill. I was just so overwhelmed by the amount of content that I just consumed and read, and all the pictures and everyone having the perfect life, and all these then conflicting thoughts around, oh, should I be doing this or should I be doing that? I literally felt it within 3 minutes. And no wonder we have a society of people feeling this way. So I limit now my amount of people, and I follow those people, and I use social media in that way. And I like to think that I'm doing something good on social media by giving back and sharing positivity. Um, and so I consume the same kind of stuff. I make sure that the 3 people that I'm tuning into are lifting my world, are, encouraging me and filling my world with positivity and niceness. And I avoid everything else because it is overwhelming, and I don't have the capacity to take all of that information in. So I'm bringing this to the surface. I'm saying it out loud because this is what I want to start being more conscious of going forwards. And it's just really interesting as well, having children and them being aware of, we using these devices all the time and thinking that that is just normal. Well, I guess it is the new normal, isn't it? But anyway, this is what's on my mind this morning. So I'm going to be reining it back a bit more. I have my 3 people, and I find that that really helps me. I always work in threes for everything. So I'm always following 3 people and 3 courses that I'm doing online. And usually one of those people or courses is the most, the biggest that I follow. And then of course I have my own groups as well. So of course I'm putting all my energy into my groups and my own platform. But when I'm consuming, I just have those 3 people. And since I've done that, my life feels so much lighter, because I see people as well just getting consumed with following this person and that person and that. And I was doing it, and I was taking courses and I wasn't finishing them. And so now I've just streamlined the consumption, and I make rules now in my life. And if someone crops up and they're offering something, I think, oh, that looks interesting. I look at the other 3 and I think, am I going to drop one of you to take this other course? And if the answer is no, I don't take the course. If the answer is yes, then I drop one other person and then they come in. And that's how I work. So, but yes, track your time. Find alternative ways to de-stress and get rid of that phone for some time. If you're finding yourself like me, just habitually turning to it, I'm going to start turning my phone off more and be really mindful about that consumption as well, because it's so easy to sit and just get distracted and pulled in by everything, isn't it? So hopefully that resonates with you. I'd love to know if you find that you're addicted to your phone. It's not a nice thing to admit to. I really don't like saying it out loud, but it's time to say it. And I'm going to do something about it and use it less. And I think use it in a positive way, using it in a good way, and then teaching others to use it in a good way as well, and be mindful of that. So that's my share for the week. So track your time, see where it's going. Try and have blocks, so you turn your phone off maybe, and see how it makes you feel. And carry that sketchbook. Just carry that sketchbook everywhere and just start doodling and drawing and taking notes as you're walking and on the bus, and in moments where you're just sat, and see how that feels. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm gonna check the comments now and check in with you all. Oh, Anna, you are my distress. Oh, I love it. Um, yeah, you're saying it's definitely a problem. Yeah, it's shocking. It's quite upsetting, actually. It was quite upsetting for me sat in the pool on the weekend, and every single person was on their phone except for two of us, and I just thought, wow, it was. I literally could have cried because I just thought, for one, all those people are just they're addicted. I just sat and thought every single one of them, they're all addicted. It's so sad that we've got all these people addicted to devices. Um, and these kids who are all swimming are just sat with the spectators. They're just like that. And yeah, it was hard to see that, but it was a big eye opener. And I thought, right, this has to change. This has to change. um, Yeah, Cara says, "I'm addicted to my phone." And I do think that it you know, on the flip side, social media does bring so much good, like, it's connected all of us, and it's made amazing things possible. This is why it's so difficult, because it has so many downsides and so many upsides, and they're so extreme, and I think that for me, I feel that, yes, social media definitely has a place. It has so many positives. It has changed my life, and that's all down to social media. So I definitely think it's incredible. And but on the flip side, it's how we use it and be mindful of that and not falling into the traps that um, things have been set. I know people are saying the irony, and yeah, and I tune into my 3 people, and I have they've changed my life. So I don't think that social media is a bad thing. I think it's a great thing, but it's when we become so addicted, and when it starts to become a negative thing as well, for me, on the majority of the time, it's a positive thing, because I'm consuming things from people that I really like, and it's enriching my life and I'm learning. But when it's taken me away from my kids, when I'm sat there sat swimming, and I feel that urge to check my phone because I can't actually physically sit, that's when that's not right, is it? That's not right. And when I sit and turn my phone off and I'm trying to work, and I'm sat there going, like, that's not right. And the other day, when I was starting to scroll, and then I started to get doubt, and I was seeing other people, and I was I could feel it, and the overwhelm, the constant messages, that's not right. And I guess so it's deciding what is enriching our lives and what isn't, what's taking away from our focus. And it's hard, it's really hard to know. um Hello, Angie, nice to have you here. I like that, David. I can lose my phone for a day or two before I realize it. Yeah, and sometimes I lose my phone a lot, and I sometimes don't notice. It's great because those times I don't notice, I actually just I'm getting stuff done, and it's almost like when it's lying around, when I can see it, that's when I'm um yeah, Stacey says, I took TikTok off my phone the other day. I've taken Facebook off a couple of times, but I'm super addicted. I've never taken Instagram off. Yeah. It's so, so tricky. It's so tricky. But yeah, it is an addiction. Yeah. Yeah, going for walks without the phone. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go and buy a camera again, so that, because the reason I take my phone is to take pictures, and then it's there. Oh, that's good. Catherine says, "I'm addicted to paint by number. When I watch TV, I don't use my phone much. I don't do phones." That's great. Oh, happy Monday, Will. Yeah, I remember my mum reading whilst I was swimming. I need to start scheduling in phone times and having my phone out of reach. Oh, that's what I'm like. Yeah, this is the problem, Melanie, isn't it? It's that we rely on them now as well for things like that. So my friend said to me, "Yeah, I can't turn my phone off because what if the school's trying to contact me?" And I thought, wow, what did we do then before mobile phones when children went to schools? Because obviously people had landlines, but you didn't stay in all day long next to your landline in case the school phoned. You would still go out and do your shopping and things like that. It's really interesting, isn't it, how we've changed and become so, I don't know, it's really interesting. It's really interesting. And we're all in the same boat. um Yeah, I've done it, Rowena. Yeah, you actually doing another activity, what you should be focusing on. You still go and grab the phone. Yeah. My bag weighs a ton with notebooks, reading books, sketchbooks, pens, pencils. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what starts happening, doesn't it? Oh, I'm so glad, Stacey. You can check out anytime, but you can never leave. Yeah, but the overstimulation, yeah, it is too much, isn't it? It's just too much noise. So my 3, is is 3 people online. Well, it's usually like, usually I have 3 people. They're all online at the moment, but they haven't always been. But I always have 3 people, and those 3 people are like courses that I'm doing or someone that I'm following and consuming their content, and I've always had just those 3 people, and it's people that I'm learning from and consuming from. Um, and what I usually do is carve out time where I listen to those people. And like Tuesday nights is my learning night, and that's when I sit and consume. And then I also sit in the bath and listen to these people because I'm, busy. And that's my chunks of time. So that's how I fit it in. And so with that, what you're saying, so I've realized I'm doing way too much for my business and totally unconnected with my real life people. And so it's getting that balance then in, I don't like the word balance, but because I just don't think you can ever balance. Everything's always like this, isn't it? But it's about saying to yourself that I need more time with my real life people. So where is that going to fit in the week? And being conscious about putting that time in. So this is what I do. I print out my calendar and I block out the chunks of time where I'm going to be with people. And I have set times, like a Friday afternoon is when I go and see people. And then I make sure that I've got things scheduled in where I'm seeing people as well. And I do that at the beginning of the month and I carve it in. And then what's my online time going to be? It all sounds very structured, and it isn't really, but it just gives me that focus at the beginning of this. I don't want to spend my whole time doing this. I want to do these other things as well. And then it starts to allow me to see what I need to stop doing and to be able to fit in the things that I want to do. Does that even make sense? um, You're welcome. You're welcome. I feel tired of my expectations, the pressure to achieve my goal. I think I need distance. As a sensitive person, I understand your concerns about the media. Yeah, and sometimes that distance does help, just stepping back from it and allowing the space and enjoying the journey. Sometimes, if we're fixated on the end destination, it creates this frustration and confusion and tiredness. And when you start to focus on enjoying the journey instead, I remember writing that in one of my books, actually. I don't think I've got it here. I remember feeling the same as you, Anna, and I was focused on the end. And I remember I saw it the other day. I wrote on a piece of paper something like, let go of the destination, enjoy the journey. It was something so simple, but as soon as I started to do that, then everything changed. So this is a great question. Okay, so how do you do the three people at a time? I just follow, yeah. So in terms of my social media now, I don't have a personal profile on either accounts. I've closed them down. So we have the United Art Space one, and what we do on that one is I will check in on that and we follow our artists. But for that one, we're looking at that to be inspired. Like, I literally only follow artists that are inspiring me. Um, and it's to see what artwork they're making. That's why I'm looking at it, and to see what they're doing. In terms of consumption and learning, that's my three people. So if I'm signing up for a course and I'm sat listening to people and consuming the content, it's three people at a time. So what I tend to do with if you're following people like on Facebook or Instagram, for example, I will literally only spend small chunks of time each week where I scroll feeds, very, very limited time doing that. And also, this is a great point as well, I just want to share, is be really careful about what you're commenting on and posting on social media, because I've had people say to me, oh my God, my feed is just full of awful stuff at the moment. And I can't remember exactly. I remember it a while ago, someone saying that their feed was full of a certain topic. And there's a reason for that. Like, the algorithms know, and if you've put comments on something or you're engaging in any type of conversation about a topic or a theme, or they will send you more of that. They'll send more of that your way. And so we've had it where we've had people comment on our posts because I've had people say, I'm sick of seeing these adverts for artists, but it's because they keep commenting on them. and I've had to explain this, that if you keep commenting, you're going to see more of them. And so you've got to be really careful what you're clicking on, because you will fill your feed with more of that. So if you don't like something on social media, the best thing to do is click the down arrow and just say, don't show me this again. Don't show me content like this again. Don't ever engage in the post if you don't like something. I know that's not what you're saying, but you just reminded me, Becky. And also, another thing that I do on my social media, on my Instagram, because we do have a lot of people that we follow, I actually just follow a certain number of hashtags. So if I'm feeling particularly overwhelmed, I will literally just go into the Instagram feed and I will just search the hashtags that I know that I want to see. I won't go through the feed looking through everything, because it just gets overwhelming. And I'll literally just look. I've got 3 hashtags that are related to us, and I'll just look for those. So you can actually limit, when you go onto your Instagram, what you see. You don't have to go through scrolling the whole feed if you don't want to. And it's about, if you want to, reducing that consumption, that scroll time, because that's what's overwhelming us all and filling our heads with stuff. We're like, literally, it's the blue light as well off the screen, just constantly scrolling. But every single message that you're reading every single post and the images, it's all different, and your brain is processing all this different information. It's actually exhausting, isn't it? Um, but yeah, but yeah, I think the phone, well, I'm speaking on personal, I think, yeah, and the stories that we're fed as well from places. I don't want to say too much because this stream will be shut down. um, Let me just see. Yeah, it was a program. I know the comments have just jumped down. The program that I watched is called Social Dilemma on Netflix. Um, yeah, I was just seeing someone else saying as well. It's difficult with the kids because they're all trying to keep up with each other. Yeah, I gave up watching TV for a long time as well. And there's nothing wrong with watching TV, and there's nothing wrong with, being on your phone either. If it's helping you and if it's um, contributing in some way. But yeah, I gave up the TV, and gosh, it brought me so much time. I got so much more things done that I really wanted to do, because we can get addicted to TV too, can't we? Especially if you've got a series that you're watching. God, which one did I get addicted to? I think it was This Is Us. I was literally addicted to that. Like, I was staying up till 2 o'clock in the morning because I was desperate to see the next episode. And it was starting to affect I was getting grumpy. I couldn't concentrate because I was addicted to this TV program. Oh my. Oh, Sarah, yeah. When I was a wedding photographer, I got so mad upset about the guests watching the ceremony through a phone screen. I know, just watch it, be there. Even as a couple made their way out, the guests weren't looking at them, just at their screens. I know, seeing that through their screens. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? So I'm going to come back. There's so many comments, and I'm going to come back to them all. And yeah, so it's about not feeling guilty about any of this, is it? There's so many good things about social media. There's so many good things about having a phone, and it's just being mindful of using them all properly and using them to our own advantage. And if you know, if anything comes of this live session, it's literally about just being so self-aware. Like, is this adding to my life? Do I need to be sat here consuming all of this? Is it, actually, on reflection, is this what's overwhelming me and making me feel burnt out and giving me headaches? And I think for me, that's what I've realized this week, is that I don't feel like I'm that bad, because I don't have the apps and stuff on my phone. But I've noticed that I did not like the fact that I was just sitting there just pressing like a crazy person, and I don't even know what I was doing. I was just literally just pressing it. What for? So it's made me mindful, but it's not the end of the world, and we've got to be kind to ourselves as well. So I just want to just share that don't beat yourself up if this is what's going on. It's going on to all of us. So that's what I wanted to share. Just be mindful and using it so it's enriching your life and not damaging or taking anything away. So hopefully that's helped, and can't wait to see you next week. And if you are a member of the Hub, on Thursday we've got a critique session, so we'll all be getting together to critique artwork. It's really, really informal, really friendly. And take care. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week, everybody, and I will see you all soon. Bye bye.